players, get them some time under their feet. All right, Nandi back with more sports later. This is a devastatingly sad story, and it happens far too often. Thousands of social grant recipients are yet to receive their monthly payments. Now, we're told it follows a technical glitch at Postbank. I feel like we've heard this one before, haven't we? Some of the beneficiaries received their grants, some receiving just a portion of it, while others not receiving any money at all. Well, Black Sash Gauteng Regional Manager Thandiwe Zulu joining us this morning. Thandiwe, good to have you on ENCA, but I'm afraid it's always you and I get to talk when there's an issue like this. I'm getting a sense that those in power don't realize the devastation when these pensioners cannot get their money from Postbank.
I'm not sure if they don't realize. I think it's more in their approach, and also in them being sensitized of the fact that this is not just an offer by government to its citizens, but it's a constitutional right, which then means it has to be implemented in a manner and a fashion that actually is dignified. It brings the element of dignity. And I think the second thing is also the importance of realizing why do we have social assistance in the first place. It is a constitution, even in the constitution states that it's for those that are unable to maintain themselves and those that are dependent on them. So which means here we are seriously dealing with an issue that tries to mitigate against poverty in the light of the fact that we are all aware of the level of unemployment rate in our country.
Yeah, so this is constitutionally mandated, Thandiwe, and it's not being done. This is a violation, essentially, of the Constitution and human rights.
It is, definitely. It is. I mean, Gareth, I need to also stipulate that this is not a new thing. We're coming with this from SAPO when the contract was given to SAPO. We had almost the same situation. I mean, and then we moved from November last year to the Postbank. We are still experiencing, and in actual fact, it seems to be even getting worse because every month beneficiaries have to go through this, and this technical glitch was highlighted to us and other civil society organizations as early as November last year, and it's been a continuous thing that is happening. Last week was actually a devastated situation and a very appalling.
Because let's be very clear about the sort of incomes that we're talking about here, Thandiwe. If you are relying on a social grant, you don't have access to a credit card. You don't have access to a loan account where you can go and lend money or use the credit card, buy groceries and pay it back. You don't have any other form of money coming in. This could literally be a case of life and death for some people.
It definitely is. And I mean, yeah, like I said earlier on, the reason for social assistance to be in existence is for those that are not able to maintain themselves. And now, in actual fact, what is actually happening? You're raising a very interesting angle. What is actually happening? The minute the beneficiaries do not have access, then it pushes them to go to the machonistas, and it pushes them, which then gets them into debt, and debt that they cannot even be able to maintain.
With the loan sharks, with the loan sharks.
Yes, the social assistance is mainly for basic needs. Basic needs being your food, being your electricity. I mean, we see the price food, the food prices have gone, astronomically high. And here we are with a caregiver who's receiving 500 rands, now having the hope to get the grant. And here is an old granny who is actually in receipt of this grant, maintaining grandchildren, maintaining everyone in the house who is not employed.
How's Black Sash helping in a situation like this, Thandiwe? As I start saying goodbye to you, how are you able to assist? What do you need? What would you like to see happen?
Look, this afternoon the minister is going to be addressing us. What we need to see happening is a very quick process where the investigation is done, it is clarified to us what exactly is this technical glitch about and the timelines in terms of resolving the technical glitch. And then the other one is the minister talking to the reimbursement of, because the people have been going to the banks, have been incurring costs, not just a financial cost, but also emotional cost. But what we're looking for is how are they going to be reimbursed? Because now their grant has been eroded. And then the other one is also the question of there's currently no signed master service agreement between the Post Bank and SASSA. And now it becomes difficult. Who do you hold accountable? We need that to be signed and concluded. ASAP. So
yes, I was about to say ASAP. You took the words out of my mouth. I was about to say the exact same thing. Thandiwe, it's always good to speak to you. One day you and I will have a conversation about something positive. I'm afraid today is not that day, but we'll get on top of this. Thandiwe is going to watch that closely. Thandiwe Zulu from human rights group Black Sash. As we hear, there's going to be a briefing later today. Of course, we'll have that for you. At least we'll have the updates for you here on ENCA. So if you just joined us, a very good morning to you. I'm Gareth Edwards.
And I'm Tami Ngubeni.